Dave made this beat.
Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 299. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Reese. Welcome back, SLAC fan. What's good, y'all?
We back in the building once again. Another beautiful week in sports, and we got lots of slackers in the building already. Want to welcome you all. As always, we appreciate you being a part of the show, and glad to be back rocking with you. Episode 299, 299 weeks in a row. We'll be doing a little bit of celebration next week. So super excited about that, but it wouldn't be possible without the support of our slackers out there. So much thanks to you all. And as we welcome you in, Strizzy, I just wanted to do a quick check-in and see how you're doing so far this week.
Oh, doing pretty good, man. Still early, you know what I'm saying? But short week for me. My daughter promotes tomorrow. She'll be a freshman next year, you know what I'm saying? So we'll do that, take her out to dinner, all that fun stuff. And yeah, man, it's kind of crazy. So nice little short week. Took tomorrow off. My boss is off on Friday, so that means I'm off on Friday.
There you go.
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So, no, man. So far, so good. Yeah, man, what about you?
Yeah, same. Everything is good. Just living the dream, as always. Just super duper blessed. And so that's what's up. But yeah, congratulations. Now you're gonna have two high schoolers, dog. That's crazy.
And one's graduating. She should be a senior next year.
Oh man, that's crazy. So, but yes, much love to the family, and I'm excited you guys you'll have some time to celebrate for sure. Much needed.
Thank you.
But yeah, I'm doing good. Just chilling, and I want to welcome in some of our folks in here. We got Pops in the building. We got the nephew Cassius as well, using mom's account. What's up, Cassius?
What up, Cash?
We seen you last week. We got Moms in the building. Hello. We got Stephanie Washington as well. Welcome in, and Anthony Wesson too. So, Anthony Wesson hitting us up on both sides, from Facebook to the YouTube. We appreciate you, dog. And yes, thank you all for being a part of the show. I did want to talk really quickly before we round out the panel and get started about the agenda for next week. So we are going to have a special something. It'll be a little bit of a surprise, but if you're in the Phoenix area and you are interested in joining us, if you want to reach out, we can talk about some details and some things that might be going on. But for everyone else, we will see you guys hopefully next Tuesday for episode 300, and we hope you guys share it out, and we hope you guys come out to celebrate with us. Not that you don't every week, but this will be a big one for us for the three of us. So that's what's
crazy.
up.
Crazy.
What's up, Augie? Welcome to the show. Augie? All right, so we got to get our third member of the crew too, and you know, he doesn't always like me to put the spotlight on him. So before he jumps on here, I'll just say this too, that this literally, we talked about, you know, the support of the slackers, but we couldn't have really started this at all without our brother Marcus.
Where it all started.
Yeah, that's where it really all started, and we just basically just dropped on his doorstep like, "Yo, we need you to help us make this happen." And
for real,
and he you know, he never blinked, he never flinched. He had our back from jump. So we appreciate this man so much. So without further ado, we got our brother Mad Marcus. What's good?
What up, dog?
What's up? That was too much going on there.
Oh, come on, you know you deserve that and more. We appreciate you.
But it's crazy though. I don't remember we come to the studio every week. I don't remember even doing that, like how that happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's been so long ago. I don't know how many episodes we did in there. I don't know how many when we stopped that, but that was crazy that we used to go there every week.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we used to be. So I think it was, September 3rd or 4th was our first episode.
Something like that.
In 2019. So we're coming up on 6 years. But we did it from September 2019 all the way up to, I think our last episode together was like March 12th or March 14th before COVID. That was our last episode in that initial run. And I remember we were watching the game together in your office. and we seen them cancel the Jazz game.
You're right.
And
That's
we were
when
like,
Rudy Gobert
whoa.
was tripping and
Oh,
taking
yeah.
legs.
So
right.
actually, that I want to go back and get a clip from that episode because that episode was funny because we were like joking around about
how serious it was going to be.
Yeah, we're like, oh man, Rudy Gobert must have coughed on somebody, and they decided to cancel the game, sent everybody home, and little did we know how much that would change everything.
Brother played his last season after that. It was a wrap for
we had to figure out how we was gonna do it together. I remember that's when I first started messing with StreamYard. Like, hey, we could probably do it this way, and then ever since then we stayed with it.
That's so cool. Yes, absolutely.
Dang, Anthony was still living in Phoenix. That's crazy.
That's wild.
The time definitely went. I've been in Dallas 5 years now. Yeah, time's definitely going by fast. I'm gonna see if I have a video of the flag football game. We got the picture on there last time, but I'm gonna see if I got a video. But I need to catch some highlights, some touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. I might have to try to get some better footage from the next game. But that's what's up. All right, let's go ahead and rock out. I gotta actually stop a little bit early today, so I did want to hit our topics kind of quickly.
Speed round.
And speed round today.
Speed round.
As we prepare for 300 next week. But I think first and foremost for me, I wanted to talk about the NBA conference finals. We're down to the Final Four. In the East, we've got the Knicks and the Pacers, which I think is the most intriguing to me, just to be like what's going to happen there. Obviously, the Pacers have done really well, but the Knicks, they took out the Celtics, so you can't count that out either. And then on the other side, we've got the Timberwolves and, of course, the Oklahoma City Thunder. So I'm just curious from each of you all, which matchup you're most interested in, and what do you think the finals matchup will be? So, Marcus, I'm going to let you start off with that.
Yeah.
You're more interested in East or West?
I would say the West. I think it's going to be a good series. I thought the Timberwolves would come out flat because they didn't play almost a week. And OKC kind of fresh. They're playing Game 7, so I say the first game. I would say OKC should win this game, but I don't know. But I think it's a 6 game. I think OKC will win. They more overall better team to me. The defense is going to play a good role, and I just think they'll probably take it. So I'll say OKC.
Yeah. I think that. That's kind of where I'm at with it too, but it is interesting. Yeah, that game going on right now, so we'll get to catch the ending of that for sure later on. But yeah, OKC, man, they were pushed to the edge by the Nuggets, but it's like every time they came out dominant, they dominated. Like all their wins were like, well, not all their wins were blowout, but they had some blowout wins and some comeback wins where it looked like they were the much better team, if you will. But yeah, so that's what I'm looking closely at. And Strizzy, what did you think about which matchup do you like, and what do you think about the East?
Yeah, man, it's funny. The West is so close, right? I think like from 8 to like 3rd is like 4-game difference or something like that. It was super close, right? So even with the Timberwolves being like the 7th seed, it's not saying a lot. You know what I mean? Like they're a good team. They've beaten really good teams. But going back to the East, I'd say last year this matchup wouldn't really have intrigued me as much as it does this year. But even though we're looking at the Knicks as possibly the better team, like I think the Pacers are much better coached. You know what I mean? So I think Rick Carlisle is a better coach. I've never been too huge on Tom Thibodeau, and sooner or later, like always, I just keep waiting for someone on the Knicks to knock on wood, like not get hurt or to just not be just completely gassed out by now. You know what I mean? So I mean, all of their starting players have been playing like 40+ minutes throughout the entire playoffs. You know what I mean? And none of their secondaries getting any run. And Pacers, their starters are playing really well, and they have a great bench. They have a really, really good bench. So, Tyrese Halliburton can get a rest, and TJ McConnell can come in and just kind of take the reins with the second team and things of that nature. And Brunson's had to do a ton, you know what I mean, and things of that nature. So like I'm curious about this one. Like the NBA is always at its best when those multi-billion-dollar franchises are at the top, right? Talking about the Knicks, Celtics, Lakers. Now I think the highest paid one right now is actually Golden State, which is crazy to me. By a lot too. They're like worth $9 point something billion. I think the Lakers are third, I think, and Celtics are second now. It's wild.
Blasphemy, but that shows where they're at. I mean, obviously they've had a great run over the past these current years. So
for sure, but just kind of getting back to my point, like I think you can't count the Pacers out. Like they beat the brakes off the Cavs. You know what I'm saying? The Cavs are the number 1 team in the East. So you asked me this last year, I'd have been like, oh, Knicks in 4, maybe 5, but I don't know. I think Pacers have played a really, really good series, and there's a really good chance they give them hell. But I think Knicks take it, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as I would have said this series last year. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. So you got Knicks OKC for your finals?
I do. I think if OKC just plays their game and don't get ahead of themselves, you know what I mean? Like they were the young team last year and the year before that. They're still the young team, but they weathered that storm. You know what I'm saying? They're just so good on both sides of the basketball. So like really this year, there's really no excuses. You're the best team overall, and you got to be the best team in this series too, and try to go get that title. So, like Marcus was saying, I think in the last series, he was saying he had the Nuggets winning it, and I didn't think they should have gone 7. You know, I mean, they were that much better than the Nuggets, and that just shows what championship pedigree does for you and experience and things of that nature. Because they fired their coach midway. They were dealing with a bunch of injuries, and they still took OKC to 7. So OKC can't slouch thinking they're just going to get through, these teams. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I think I have OKC winning. They're just too good on both sides of the basketball.
Yeah. Some comments from the Slackers. So Anthony Weston, he says he's hoping the Knicks win the championship. And he said if it's New York versus Minnesota, that's the best storyline because of the Cat Randall trade. And it is true that trade we thought it was a weird trade for both parties, but obviously if they make the finals, then it worked out well, or they gave them what they needed. But yeah, that would be interesting. I almost forgot about that. But that would be a good storyline.
Is this the first year of the trade? Or they play a
yeah, no, this is the first year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
Randall missed the playoffs. Yeah, true. Randall missed the playoffs last year, so it looks like he was out last year, but he was just injured.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, that will be interesting. I like OKC overall as well, and I'm actually hoping the Pacers take out the Knicks. I just think that would be more fun. I like Halliburton better. The Knicks obviously are a storied franchise, but no disrespect to Spike Lee and all that, but I just don't like all them extra hype around them.
Yeah, as a Heat fan, I'm a Knick hater.
Yeah, if Halliburton they make it to the finals, can his dad go to the finals?
You gotta let him go. Just get him. Just don't have him be courtside. What's going on? It's getting good.
No, I'll let y'all check it out. My bad.
No, you're good. You're good. So that's what's up. That Western Conference game 1 is going on now. So that'll be cool to see. And it is weird though that their game went first with OKC being the last ones to play. Both the Knicks and the Pacers were settled, but the way the schedule worked out and how they wanted to play up until I think it'll be like the 1st of June. So we'll see. We got Rusty in the building.
Yeah, Russ at Oklahomies in 5.
Yeah, and for this series and the next, maybe if they do their thing, I think it could be like that.
Seriously.
Pop says I'm going against the Knicks because it's Stephen A. OKC versus Pacers because it's Stephen A. Oh, you're going to because it's Stephen A. He has been extra loud about the Knicks.
You already know, yeah.
But I like the Pacers as well. I think that should be good, and I do think they should let Pops in, and put that other stuff aside. So we'll see.
You got to. You just give him. You know what I'm saying? You just got to give him the deets. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, we want you to be able to celebrate your son, thing of that nature, but let's, you know what I'm saying, keep it in the stands. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. This is once in a lifetime type of stuff potentially.
Yeah.
So you gotta let him go out there. All right. So that is the NBA finals or the conference finals. We'll be watching that very closely, obviously, and we'll be leading up into the actual finals. But I think it will be cool that it's going to be a new kind of young star to be crowned, regardless of the outcome. You got either Brunson or Halliburton or our boy Young Mayweather from the Ant. We always say Young Mayweather, but he does look like Young MJ too. He's but yeah, Ant. That would be cool to see him win one. Or you got SGA. So we'll see. Yeah, celebrate your son in the box for sure. All right. So the next topic I did want to talk about is this weekend. Scotty Scheffler. Marcus, I want you to walk us through the PGA Championship, what you thought of that. And then also, if you know the details about the drivers, like how they check, like his and Rory's driver. I don't know if you know about that part, but what was your thoughts on the PGA Championship?
I think it was really good. The whole weekend was pretty good. You had a couple of new guys coming along, like Norton. He has surgery. He's his first one back, so he kind of came and did his thing. But on Saturday was a crazy day because Scotty was playing okay. You know, it wasn't that, but his last 6 holes, he just turned it on, man. I think he was down maybe like two holes, but he came back and was up 3 at the end of the day. So then he came out real flat on Sunday. He had a bad first 9, but then it's crazy because John Rahm, he came and he was doing his thing. He came back, took the lead from Scotty because Scotty had a couple of bogeys, and he came back. I'm like, oh, here we go. Scotty he don't have enough. I thought he put too much in throughout the couple of days. I said he don't have enough in the tank, and John was coming, but he got to the 16th hole and had a bad ball went in the water, and I was like, oh man. Then he went to the 17, he bogeyed again, and he was pretty much out. But so Scotty kind of had it. He was already up, but Scotty won by like 6, and it was kind of cool to see. Like Scotty's not an emotional person, but when he won, you know, he won. He was like cool, whatever. But then towards the end, I think he felt it. He like threw his hat down, was like, "Let's go." So it's kind of like a lot built up. But he's a great guy, man. I like Scotty before he really got real popular when he won here. His first tournament he won the Phoenix Open, and that was crazy how that was his 16th win on Sunday. He won 16 within the lights, so that's crazy how he does that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, he's been balling, bro.
Yeah, that's his 3rd major. He won 2 Masters. That's another one. So now I think he feels it now. He can get a Grand Slam. I think he'll get the Grand Slam within, I'll say, 2 years. He'll win the Open, and he might win the U.S. Open too, and he'll do the Grand Slam. But overall, he's not Tiger, but he has a lot of Tiger type things in him. You know what I'm saying? He's not too cocky. He's not too much. He let his play work, and he's really good. You know. So he had a great caddy, and he has a great family. And he's like a real mellow type of guy. So he looks good. But I still think Rory gonna probably win. They had 2 more majors going on. I think Rory might get one of those. I think he kind of saving himself a little bit to see what he's gonna do. But I love Scotty. I like how he plays, and he make the tall guys look like they can play golf, man. So it looks good. So it was a good PGA Championship he won.
That's what's up. Yeah, I agree. Like it was like once he kind of broke through, the floodgates opened up for him. But I think too it was maybe a little extra emotional because the funny thing to me was that it's already been a year. It was last year, like to the day almost that he had, that he got arrested on the first day of the tournament or whatever. Like that was so crazy. But it's crazy that has already been a year ago. But
I know.
And I'm trying to answer your question too about the driver. I didn't see what happened with the driver type of thing, so I'm gonna have to look into that. And I can't speak on that because I didn't see what was going on with that.
Oh yeah, so like I guess I don't know. I mean I watch a fair amount of golf, but I guess I didn't know that they like randomly check some people's drivers, and like both him and Rory, like their driver failed inspection like going into the weekend. But I guess it's because like after you use a driver for so long, like it starts to get kind of broken in and like the face can kind of thin out, and it has to be a certain amount of thickness so that it's not as like reflective or bouncy or whatever, and you don't get any extra distance. So it's like once your driver gets broken in, it can get to that sweet spot, but if it's too far, it might give you an advantage. So I guess they randomly check like every tournament, like they randomly check like a handful of guys. They happen to check, and both Scotty and Rory had to give up their drivers and start with the fresh one. And so that was like Scotty was saying it's like impacted him a little bit at first, as far as like kind of getting used to it. But I was like, dang, that's the first time. Yeah,
that's a real thing. Matter of fact, I just got my new club. I played with them for the first time yesterday, and it does have a different feel to it. You got to kind of like you said, break them in. But I just found out something different too, which I don't know. I won't say nobody cheating, but like my new driver it's a new thing called a weight. He has a weight on it. You could put more weight or whatever on there. I always wonder how these guys hitting the ball so far. They small guys, so that could be another part too of it too, like having like a weight on there too. So I don't know if that had anything to do with their thing too. So I'm not looking into it. I didn't hear anything about that, but I'm looking into it. But like it is a real thing to kind of, because you got to, your whip is a little different. You got to kind of break it because it's a little stiff. So you got to kind of get that whip kind of broken into too with your style, your shaft. I mean, so yeah, I didn't know anything about that, but he did his thing. You know what I'm saying? So he had a couple of pulls during the week too. You could tell. I was wondering where they came from, but now it makes sense that he had a new driver. So
gotcha. Yeah, that was interesting. So yeah, I was like, that's the first time I ever heard of somebody getting their driver like pulled before the tournament. They're like, all right, you got to put this one aside or whatever. So
dudes getting tested for steroids. These guys getting tested for drivers.
The equipment. I know, it's crazy. Rusty said this weekend shows that guys like Rom can still bang. Bad finish for him, but he's still championship material. And I definitely agree. It sucks on the last day to kind of be in that contention and feel the pressure a little bit.
Exactly, it's the pressure.
But I do gotta say this too, that people don't realize either. If Rom stays on the PGA Tour, he wins that tournament. I think when you go to live, you have enough competition. The tournament is different. It's kind of laid back, and you could tell he was playing well, but he got laid back a little bit. He wasn't intense like he normally is. So I think him being on live kind of show it's like a laid back type of tournament. It's not really intense. You don't have like a pressure because not a lot of good guys. So I think he got real relaxed when he got that lead. He seen the lead and he was kind of chilling instead of kind of putting your foot on the pedal a little bit more. And it kind of showed. I think, like I said, he stayed on PGA Tour. He won that tournament on Sunday.
Yeah. I agree. I think the live is like a little bit more like they got their money in pocket. Like it's a shorter tournament, less competition, like you said. So I think it's a little bit more laid back. Whereas the PGA is like a little bit more intense. So yeah. Anthony said, which is the next one? British Open. It's actually the U.S. Open will be next month, and then I think the British is. Or
it's not the British.
It's
the
the
British
Open.
It's the Open. Yeah, the British Open is in England. That's a thing. But the PGA Tour don't play in the British Open. You can. Some players play in it, but it's the U.S. Open and the Open.
Yeah. And it's funny because we for years we called it the British Open just because it was over there, but it's technically the Open. You gotta say it with the accent. Rusty said live courses are trash, and so is the competition. The tours lights the Yep, agreed. Yep, absolutely. So, all right, that's what's up. I think the last thing I wanted to talk about was flag football. And the NFL's voting on some different things. They're voting on the tush push. They're voting on reseeding the playoffs. And so those votes should come down tomorrow. But today they did announce the approval of NFL players being able to play in the U.S. flag football for the Olympics. I was curious if you guys like this or not. There are some rules around it. They have to have the right playing surface, or at least NFL standard playing surfaces. They have to get an insurance policy for the players. And then I think the only other thing is there can only be like at least one player per team. So only one player per NFL team can go to the flag football thing. Marcus, what do you think? No?
Nah, I don't. Not a star player. I wouldn't take it like a CD Lamb or a Pickens. I'll take a guy like Tolbert. He can go and play in. You know what I'm saying? But I would want to see no stars in that something like that. You know, so I would like to see some other guys get a chance and kind of go out there and do it. Be like that, because flag football, I don't want to watch that.
I know, like I'm kind of the same as you. Like, obviously, I want the U.S. to win the gold medal, right? Especially because it's like one of our predominant sports. Like, But at the same time, like I think it's kind of like basketball used to be, where it's like we could probably send some others. We don't got to send our top flight. Now, if we go over there and the competition stiff, or we don't win the gold medal next year, fire all the cannons. Send all the best. But for now. We got plenty of athletes. We got plenty of football players. So, let some guys in there. That's cool. But I think Justin Jefferson was the one who he's like all in, right?
It's crazy.
Which is weird. But I guess like if you have the athleticism, like you don't really even need to worry about the flags, like because you could just go down and catch it, and even if they pull your flag right there, like he's still probably unstoppable.
But
I don't know.
Yeah. But I don't think it's like basketball though. Basketball like the US like the overseas guys got like better and they got good.
Right.
I don't think there'll ever be some overseas guys can play with NFL. It would never happen.
I don't think so either. Yeah, that's why I'm like we don't need to send out the big guns. We can let the little homies handle that. But Shirzy, what did you think about it?
I just don't want to like. Obviously, you're not being tackled, but you're still going to hit the ground every once in a while. You're probably going up for some pretty cool, if the pass is thrown too high, you're probably going to jump up and try to catch it. So there's still risk of injury. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just not risking my NFL season for flag football. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it's not that I don't like it. It's just not worth it, especially for a guy like Justin Jefferson. Like if I'm the Vikings, I'm like, look, can we just give you some extra cash? like
we're paying you $30 million.
Yeah,
like,
please don't do this. Please don't do this. Like I get it. It's fun. You know what I mean? It's like backyard football. You know what I'm saying? But man, can you imagine he gets hurt? Non-contact injury. You know what I'm saying? Like the worst ones are the worst injuries are non-contact, which is exactly what it's going to be. Like Russ said, send the Rattlers.
Yeah, Rusty said NFL can stay home. Send in the Rattlers. Like they can go handle that. Anthony says hopefully Patrick is not QB. And I do think the QB has a little bit less risk, but still, it's like, yeah, you don't need to be doing that. Anthony said send dudes from the UFL or send big 3-age football players. Yeah, send T.O., let him go over there or something.
Chad Ocho, Chad Johnson.
They can still handle business, Yeah, but all right. That's what I was kind of – it's funny. So we're all pretty much on the same page like that. It will be interesting to see, obviously, as it plays out. It's still 3 years away or whatever because we just had the Summer Olympics last year. So it's still a ways away. But one benefit would be it would be in the summer, so it probably wouldn't interrupt things except for like maybe some OTAs or a little bit of camp or something like that. But at least it's not like at the same time. But we'll see. We'll see who the U.S. ends up sending as a starting squad. Now, for the other international players that have made it to the NFL, like go rep your team for sure. Like that's cool. Kind of like the NBA, similar situation there. But yeah, I think we should. I don't think we should be using our big stars for that. So. All right, that's what's up. I think we might just leave it right there. I know we have some things to handle. We got the game on. Want everybody to be able to watch and enjoy that. And we're going to get geared up for episode 300 next week. So we hope to see you all there to celebrate with us. And as always, we appreciate your support.
Yes, sir.
But we'll just make it a quickie like that. I'll go ahead and prep the intro. And it's your boy A-Dub.
Yeah, it's your boy Strizzy.
Taco Tuesday, man. Let's go. 300.
Yeah.